What's going on? So it's Monday morning. It's 11:10 a.m. Originally, I was gonna go work out, but that didn't work out. So I'll do some reviews. So first up, we're gonna do Next Generation, Star Trek, the entire series from 1987 to 1993. So this is from 2017. So I finished the entire series of Next Generation. So good and so sad. True, because there were a lot of great moments and sad moments at the same time. I remember all the times I'd watch it with mom when we lived on the farm. Yes, me and my grandmother had a very, very tight knit relationship, and we bonded over TNG. It was amazing. I loved it. Our top episode, Darmok. Now watching it again, it's still impactful. Great origins, species, cultures, weapons, ships, the lore. Yeah, definitely a lot of good shit. Plus, if you read Picard, like all these different Trek books tie into it as well. And you get more perspective as well. You have the interviews, you have the books, all kinds of shit. The only thing that really bugs me is the subplots that were left open. Yeah, there were a lot of subplots left open. I forget which ones though. Everyone's character evolved, but there was so much to do, and back then they didn't realize it. Truth. There was most of them evolved, but not like characters evolve today. What else? Barkley, Wesley, Q, and Guinan, they could have been utilized much more than what was given to them. Oh, that's true. Yes. Barkley, and this is from 4 years ago. So yeah, rewatching let me think. Yeah. Barkley got more evolution in Voyager. And I think Enterprise, maybe? I think he was in the end of Enterprise. I think. I don't fully remember. I gotta rewatch Enterprise. Um, but yeah, Barkley got a lot of evolution, which was nice. Wesley, yeah, he could have used a lot of fucking evolution. Q was great, and they brought him back for Voyager. Guinan definitely could have done a lot more. Oh well. Sure, Q shows up in DS9 and Voyager, but Guinan goes on to being in Generations. This is true. Yeah, that was kind of strange. Like I always wanted to see Q show up in a movie, but they never did that. So bummer. TNG is so iconic and at the same time very dark in most of the seasons. Yeah, that dark factor kicked in when Picard got assimilated. Mm. That could have lasted a whole season too. And here's a fun fact: if you read Picard: The Classic Chronicles, and I did a review on this as well, when season 3 ended with that cliffhanger of him being assimilated, the people at Paramount didn't know what to do next. His fate was up in the air until the next year, till the next season. They had no idea what they were going to do now. So that's what they went with that. But in retrospect, he could have stayed Locutus for a whole season. That would have been dope instead of just a two-parter. And I've talked about how certain arcs in Star Trek could have gone on for extra episodes. I've talked more about that in my Voyager review. And it applies to TNG too. What else? So many good memories. And you have the fan favorite episodes that define what the show is all about. Truth. They did the Star Trek Fan Collective series, which focused on the important aspects of Trek. Klingons, Romulans, Q, the Borg, um, Captain's Log, um, I think they did. I want to say Cardassian, but I'm probably wrong about that. I actually wanted to buy them at one point. I want to. I noticed they focus more on building the Klingon backstory versus the Romulans, Cardassians, and Ferengi. Yes, they did. In TNG, there was a heavy focus on the Klingons, and I like that. It was a good, it was a good deal because it helped set them up for the Dominion and DS9 and whatnot, and also gave Worf his full evolution that he deserved as well. Um, Even the love triangle between Riker, Troy, and Worf could have been done up a lot better too. Yes, way better. I know it's. I think it's explored in the books. Yeah, there is because there's a book called Imzadi, and there's some other stuff as well. But I haven't read the books, so bummer. And then there's the comics as well. There's a lot that could have been done, but oh well. Yeah, it sucks. There's always so much they could have done, but back then, you got what you were given. The best thing was the little foreshadowing parts, which led to DS9 and Voyager being created, thanks to those who guest starred in the episodes of TNG. Definitely. Yeah, if you go back, you can see Tim Russ. I'm trying to think who all guest starred. Uh, Tim Russ was one of the big ones. He came back a couple times for different roles. Robert Duncan McNeil was another one. Plus, they had a lot of star power in them guest starring roles too. Ashley Judd played an officer. You had callbacks to the original series. You had a lot of directorial debuts as well with the casts. Who all guest starred to DS9 and Voyager? I don't remember. If I had to pick one character that evolved the most, I would have to say Data. Definitely, like the whole focus of Trek. Well, for TNG anyway, was Data basically. Like he evolved the most and the best, and yeah, even like he got his full. He came full circle in Picard, which was really bittersweet. And, seeing him evolve from the pilot to the movies to Picard, it was beautiful. It was poetry in motion. I give Star Trek Next Generation a solid 9.2 out of 10. That's true. Like, it's iconic, it's good, but having a high score, it does have its flaws. Like, the whole show isn't super perfect because there's a lot of shit wrong with it, too. If you read Picard the Classics Collection, my bad. Good grief. The biggest issue that was with it was Crusher. Beverly Crusher. Yeah, the team, they didn't know what the hell to do with her in the first season. That's why Gates left, and we were given Pulaski. Because they didn't know how to write the Doctor up. They fucked up so bad. And then they learned how to do that in the second season, and then she came back, and they went with that. But, for all the, for all the progression that the show had, and being forward thinking, they really didn't have their, what was it? The female leads didn't get enough attention. The most underrated character in that show is Ensign Rowe, Dr. Crusher, Troy. Because they could have done a lot with them easily. They could have expanded them, but they just made them, remedial, which was really sad. What was another? Who's another? Pulaski was really good. I liked her. She was funny and smart. There's another underrated character on that show. Barkley. easily Barkley. He was introduced just as a spaz, but as I rewatched Voyager, I discovered he's autistic just like me. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. So you go back and watch TNG, you get to see your first autistic character on the screen. It's amazing. Who else? Lore as well. Like the whole, all these different arcs they introduced, they could have expanded on and made them seasons long, but back in the day they didn't see the potential of that. Or they did, and it was shut down by the studio. I don't know. But the series, it has its issues, but it's outshined by the mythos, the lore building, the world building, the various species, the governments and whatnot, the political side of it. I'd love to see somebody cry about it not being political. Like, motherfucker, everything it's literally right in front of you. The Klingon High Council, the Romulans, Jesus Christ. Ferengi, fuck. Like, let's see here. The Ferengi represent the banks. The Klingons represent, I guess, let me see, warriors. Political warriors, basically. They do ritual by combat, so Romans. Roman society, basically. The Cardassians are literally secret police and shit. Or no, that's Roman. Yeah, they're secret police, basically. What else? Oh man, I got goosebumps just thinking about the redemption arc. Ooh, man, that hurt. That was a beautiful arc, though. I love that shit. With Spock and shit, so good. Who else? But yeah, overall the series is great. It just, skipping the flaws and shit. You have a good series to watch. Mm. I think Shelby could have had a lot more time on screen as well. Trying to think who didn't get enough. Everybody else I named off earlier, but yeah. So, yeah, the show's great. The pace is amazing. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you get that small scale, big screen feel to it. And it's beautiful. I love it. So, if you like TNG, if you grew up watching it, you'll definitely enjoy this. If not, that's understandable. Not everybody likes Trek. Everybody expects Trek to be like Star Wars, and people expect Trek to be like Star Wars. Or no, Star Wars to be like Trek. It happens. If you don't like Picard, if you don't like Riker, if you don't like any of the crew, that's cool too. I don't care. If you don't like the cast, crew, directors, the premise, the setups, all that good shit, you will enjoy this. If you do, cool. So, what else? Oh, if you don't like sci-fi TV, this ain't for you. If you do, it is. Motorcycles. Yay. So, I'll be back with another one. Stay tuned.